What is up, Karatics? Welcome back to my top 10 series. In this one, we're going to be discussing the top 10 cars that need an HSW upgrade in GTA 5 Online, in my personal opinion. For those of you who don't know what HSW is, it stands for How Special Works, which is a performance upgrade that dramatically increases the power of vehicles in-game. Plus, it also offers further upgradable brakes, forged carbon aero parts and hoods, and special liveries as well. This upgrade is only available on current-gen consoles, which is PS5 and Xbox Series X/S, and PC enhanced version as well. Currently, at the time of this recording, there are 27 vehicles in game that have HSW, which is not really that much considering how many cars there are in the game. And when HSW was first introduced in 2022, we received a lot of HSW upgrades for older existing cars in game, but sadly, over the years, Rockstar has only been giving us upgrades for the new DLC cars. And I think them adding HSW upgrades to older cars like they used to is definitely going to bring those cars back into the spotlight with not a lot of effort. So, starting off with number 10, we have the Coil Raiden. So this vehicle released with the Doomsday Heist update in 2017 with a price of just under $1.4 million, and this is the last Tesla-inspired car Rockstar ever added. Now, while them giving us a new model with some updates would be nice, if they don't, I think an HSW upgrade on the current one we have in game would be a really nice reference to a Tesla Model S Plaid. Making this car accelerate stupidly fast would just be awesome, and definitely make some of the sports class racing more interesting on some tighter tracks. Continuing to number 9, we have the True Fade Adder. So this is an OG 2013 car with a price of $1 million. So this car receiving an HSW upgrade would be a really cool reference to the Bugatti Veyron Supersport, and I think it would be very cool if Rockstar were to add an active spoiler on it when installing this upgrade to liven it up a little bit. And a cool little fact, back in 2013, the Adder was featured as the top of the Legendary Motorsport website featured car, and that car actually had the spoiler working on it in that sort of like concept art. But it must have been cut from the game before release, which is a real shame, but this is a chance for Rockstar to finally add that spoiler like it was intended, and some performance as well. Moving on to number 8, we have the Nero/Nero Custom. So these released with the Import-Export DLC drip feed in 2016 with a price of over $1.4 million for the base price. Now in 2019, Bugatti made the Super Sport 300 Plus Chiron variant, which set a production car top speed record of over 300 miles per hour, and I think Rockstar adding the HSW upgrade to the Nero/Nero Custom would be a very cool reference to that car, and it's something that I think the community would really enjoy. Next up, on to number 7, we have the Dominator GT. So this one was added with the Chop Shop DLC update in 2023 with a price of just under $2.2 million. Currently, there's not a single Mustang-inspired car in GTA with HSW, which is extremely surprising to me. I think a Shelby performance reference to the GT500 or the Code Red or some of the Super Snake variants, especially if they were to give us, a coupe variant of this car, that would be a really cool addition to have that with HSW, and I think it's really needed in GTA Online to sort of give the HSW Vigero ZX some competition. Moving on to number 6, we have the Comet S2/S2 Cabrio. So the regular Comet S2 was added with the Tuners update in 2021 with a regular price of just under $1.9 million and a trade price of about $1.4 million. Now this car has the styling, the customization, and the details, but sadly it doesn't have the performance to back it up considering its price tag, which is a real shame. I think this car receiving HSW would be a great way to make it more of a decently competitive fun car to drive. Moving on to number 5, we have the Coquette D10. So this one released with the 2020 Summer DLC update with a price of about $1.5 million, obviously being based on the Corvette C8 Stingray. But for those of you who have seen the recently introduced Corvette ZR1 variant in real life, where that one has over 1,000 horsepower from the factory, I think HSW on the Coquette D10 we currently have in game to sort of make a reference to the ZR1 would be really cool. I think the community would really enjoy that. Next up, on to number 4, we have the Obey 10F/10F Widebody. So this one released with the Criminal Enterprises DLC in 2022 with a base price of just under $1.7 million. They have an extremely cool exhaust upgrade that shows these massive twin turbos mounted on the back, which is something that a lot of performance shops do in real life to the Audi R8s with these crazy twin turbo kits. So I think HSW on the 10F would be a lot of fun and a great addition to the game for sure. Continuing to number 3, we have the Elegy R8 slash Retro Custom. So the RH8 is an OG online vehicle, but the Retro Custom conversion did release in 2016 with the import-export update for a price of about $900,000. So the GTR, R35, or R34, they're one of the most modified cars in real life in regards to performance with the crazy turbo kits and stuff. But I think, for sure an HSW upgrade for both of these would be great. This is something the community would really enjoy for sure. Moving on to number 2, we have the Jester Classic. So this one released with the After Hours update in 2018 for a price of just under $800,000. Now sadly it does have slow handling flags, but if Rockstar removes those and adds HSW upgrade for it, this would be such an insanely fun car to mess around with in game. I mean, who doesn't love, a fast Supra, and this with the LED Retro Custom, both of them having HSW racing together, that would just be so amazing. But yeah. Lastly, on to number 1, the vehicle I feel deserves HSW the most in GTA 5 Online. Quite a bit of bias here, but I truly think the Gauntlet Hellfire would greatly benefit from an HSW upgrade. The Hellfire released the casino update back in 2019 for a price of $745,000, and with the unveiling of the Demon 170 a couple years ago, I think a reference to that 1,000 factory horsepower car with an HSW upgrade in GTA Online would be a fantastic addition and make it an interesting vehicle to mess around with in the muscle car class for sure, with crazy straight line speed and acceleration. But anyways guys, that's my top 10 list for the cars I personally feel should receive an HSW upgrade in GTA 5 Online. Now it would be cool obviously if all the cars in the game had it, but sadly I don't think Rockstar would ever do that. Now again, like I talked about earlier, obviously, a lot of the vehicles in GTA 5 Online need HSW, and some of the ones they've chosen over the years are pretty random. Some of them are good, but a lot of them are just really randomly chosen. And I just can't believe that we have less than 30, currently in GTA 5 Online in terms of the HSW upgrades. I really feel like we should have at least 50, maybe even like 100 or so. I mean, there's a lot of vehicles in GTA 5 Online at this point. They've been adding vehicles for over a decade. We'll have DLCs every year. So, I mean, I really hope, because we're getting close to the end of GTA 5 Online, obviously, before GTA 6 releases, Rockstar just says F it, and they give us a bunch of HSW upgrades for a lot of the older cars and older DLC cars and all that. I feel like that would really liven up the game without much effort. Rockstar, I can tell lately in most of their DLCs they don't really want to put too much time and effort. Obviously they're working on GTA 6, and HSW is one of the easiest things they can add in game. It's just lines of code in the background of the game without much effort, and some liveries and stuff like that. It won't take them much effort at all, and the community would really enjoy it, so it's a win-win. So let me know what you guys think down below in the comments. Thanks again for watching as always, and I'll see you in the next one.